Hi, my name is Landon Wilson, and if I could have dinner with anyone in history, it would be Josh Hamilton. Josh Hamilton is a Major League Baseball player who has now been in the bigs for 8 years and has a career batting average of 292. Growing up, I was always raised in a Christian family, and I was born here in McKinney, Texas. I have an older brother and an older sister and two loving parents. Um, I played all sports as a child, but obviously my favorite was baseball. Um, I think started playing when I was 7 years old, and I've been playing ever since. I'm now a sophomore here at DBU, and I continue to play baseball here. The reason I chose Josh Hamilton is because I think that we can relate in many ways, not just baseball. Josh Hamilton was also raised in a Christian family growing up. He had one older brother also. Josh was an unreal athlete as a child. He threw the ball so hard that kids couldn't even catch it his age, and so he had to play in the league up growing up. In 1999, Josh Hamilton was selected as the first overall draft pick for MLB. And for him, that was a huge transition going from his high school life to being in the pros and being away from his family. And he shortly made some wrong decisions that affected his life. He became addicted to drugs and was also an alcoholic. Josh soon after that became married and had a few kids, but he still continued doing drugs and was still an alcoholic. This decisions that he made affected his career and kind of set him back in his baseball career, and also almost cost him a divorce with his wife and almost lost his family. A few years after that, Josh kind of realized that the life he was living was not what his parents would ever want, and not what God wanted for him, and he knew that there was something greater for him. And so Josh decided to become clean and quit drugs and quit alcohol altogether. He went back to the bigs hoping he would still have the talent that he had before, and people were surprised at how much power he had and how strong he was, even through all the drugs and alcohol that he did. I didn't really know much about Josh Hamilton until I was in high school, and the reason that I think I can relate to him is because in high school I tended to stray away from my parents and stray away from God ultimately. And I was raised in a Christian family as well, like I said, and really I just kind of did my own thing and just played baseball and enjoyed life, but I didn't really have a purpose. And I didn't know much about Josh Hamilton until I was in high school actually. He was always on social media, people always battering him for what he did in the past and his mistakes and the waste of talent that he was. But a few years ago, he came out with a book about his life and really his walk and the things he went through, the struggles he went through, and how God made a change for him and how he changed his life. Josh Hamilton now uses baseball really as a gateway to talk about God and to allow people to know who God is through baseball. So many people know baseball and watch baseball, but not many people know God or care to know God. And so Josh is a famous baseball player, and he's an amazing athlete. And so people that see him and hear his walk-up song or see the way he acts and how he came through his struggles in the past, can take something from that and realize that even if they're going through something, that there's something better for them and that God has that. And so for me in high school, that was huge because, I kind of did my own thing, and to see this amazing athlete that's a baseball player go through these hard times just like what I was going through, and then realize that that wasn't his purpose. For me, that made me realize that, I needed to make a change in my life and I needed to do something about it. And I really, I looked up to him and admired him for that, for stepping up and becoming a man and making a change in his life. So I would have dinner with Josh Hamilton really just so I can sit down and talk with him and just get to know him more. I know that he uses his career as a way to let others know about God. And although I'm not in the major leagues, I still play baseball here at DBU. And really with anything else I do, my career I can use that to tell others about God. And me playing baseball here at Dallas Baptist is just another way for people to know that, my talent doesn't come from myself, and, what I do is all from God. And, really everything I do is to glorify Him, and what I do out on the field is to glorify Him and not for myself. And so having dinner with Josh Hamilton would just, really open my eyes to see what he went through, and just be a great experience to get to know him more as a person and his walk with Christ, because his testimony and his story is just truly such a great story. And so that's the reason why I would like to have dinner with Josh Hamilton. Thank you.